morning and good morning. Welcome to a Tuesday. Odon here in the Tri-State Show Traffic Center. Welcome, everybody, to the first day of summer. We got the Hawaiian shirts on here for the first day of summer. It came in, a little less than about 2 hours ago or so, a little after, I think it was 5:51, I believe, was the time here this morning. So welcome summer, right? Although it doesn't really feel like summer out here whatsoever in any capacity today. So certainly for right now, temperatures are, where are we? 59 degrees and clear here in the Tri-State Traffic Show Traffic Center. Again, welcome. You are watching the best traffic program around for the entire Tri-State area. We cover traffic for New Jersey, New York City, Hudson Valley, Long Island, as well as southwestern Connecticut. We thank you very much for dialing us up here on a Tuesday morning for you. We are live on Facebook and at YouTube. We can take a look at the comments. I'm going to open up the comment section here in just a minute. So go ahead and tell us where you're watching us from. Yesterday we had a really nice crowd, so hopefully we'll get our fine friends there, our little News 12 reunion back in the building later on this morning. So that should be a lot of fun. Hopefully we can get some more folks to join us. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, please. Trying to figure out who's going to be the 80th subscriber. I don't know. I got nothing to give away, but it'll just be name recognition only. So we're really close there, and we're trying to make the push towards 100. We're at episode 31 already. It's amazing how fast this has come about in just the last month or so. But anyway, so you're here to get the traffic. We also have John Rocco back in the Weather Center. I think Johnny needs to get some applause here. Yeah, we're going to get some more applause for Johnny. Yes, John is back in the Weather Center. He's got all the gear up and running now, and he's all set with his classes over at Rutgers University. So everything is on par for Johnny to give you the forecast here in about 10 minutes at about 7:15. You can't forget that we are sponsored here this morning by the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery in beautiful Cranford, New Jersey. Check out Ralph at CranfordVanillaBeanCreamery.com. So with that said, I think I'm just going to kind of adjust the camera here. Whoops, went a little bit astray. I think, let's see. I think that should be okay. Make some adjustments. I adjusted the camera the other morning and to no avail. But anyway, so let's do this. Let's open up the comments section. We will do that here this morning. So comments are open. There we go. Let's take down the banner. Let's put in Ralph's lower third. And let's put the live bug up in the corner for us. And we will get off and running. So there we go. All right. So what I am going to do is, well, first I got to share the screen. That would help, wouldn't it now, Smitty? We do this. There we go. We are going to come off of that. I think it looks a little easier to see on the eyes going full screen. So we will do that. We're going to start off in New Jersey. We have a couple of things brewing here. And the first is, as you see this long red line on Route 17 in Allendale. And the issue is here this morning of a fuel spill, and 2 lanes are going to be closed there. 2 of the 3 lanes are shut down southbound 17 north of Allendale Avenue and Saddle River. So that's kind of tying the ride up just a bit. And our last update was 5:42. So that's a bit of a tough ride, kind of the, extraordinary events here just south of Franklin Turnpike coming out of Ramsey into Allendale. So definitely look for that. This one could be, a protracted lane closures because of the fuel spill involved. So definitely go with Franklin Turnpike if you're watching us in Mahwah or Ramsey this morning. You also did see, looks like there was an accident on the upper level to the George Washington Bridge. Yep, that is there. That just came in just about 15 minutes ago. We also have this fire department activity in Hamilton this morning along 206. That is still shut down by Chews Road. Again, that's on that, I think, sort of that southwestern section of the Pine Barrens. So look for that. And also 287 north, the ramp to eastbound Route 78 in Bedminster still shut down. That was a fairly large sinkhole. Saw some pictures of that yesterday. Yeah, that was a fairly large sinkhole, and that was all just redone. That was all reconstructed. That most of that interchange, if not all of it, was completely done. So I wonder what's going on there. So hopefully they're going to do a little investigation on that just to see what the story is and why that occurred. But hopefully, thankfully, no one was injured. There wasn't a vehicle inside the sinkhole or any of that stuff. So that is good news. Now it looks like our George Washington Bridge crash has just been cleared. So with that said, let's go to the Hudson River crossings. Let's see what the impact is here on the upper level to the George. We should be pretty much back to a normal commute after the holiday from yesterday. About 35 minutes the upper and lower, about 40 at the Lincoln, 25 at the Holland. So we're back in earnest here at our Hudson River crossings. This time next week, I think will be a different story because all or most of just about all the schools will be out of session, at least here in New Jersey. And the city, I think, ends pretty much at the end of the week as well. So, like I always say, schools kind of rule the roads. That's just the way it is, not Bruce Hornsby, but it's a great song. But anyway, I digress for the first time already at 7:09. Let's go to the Parkway, building some volume in through Bloomfield, 147 up to 150. Same thing here on 19, getting up to truck routes 19. Inbound Skyway had a crash here just a few minutes ago, and that looks like that's been cleared. But again, as they say, the damage done. If you're heading to the Holland, I like the Bay extension of the turnpike better. Obviously, you're going to see some sun glare getting onto the Bay extension here at 14, and then north on the turnpike is heavy from 13 up into 14, and most of that is exiting volume for the Bay extension. Parkway building a little light traffic in towards the Union area into the long-term construction, but kind of what else is new, right? Route 80, a little bit of sun glare now hitting you in the eyes on this longest day of the year. After this, it just goes downhill, right? We start losing like a minute, but not really. It's usually another week or more, and then we start losing a minute. But today is the longest day of the year. Happy summer, everybody, right? Finally, we get into the summer. Last Friday, it felt like summer. But and then this weekend, it felt like October. So weather is just all over the place. So again, eastbound 80, a little heavy getting into exit 30, and then south along Route 15 is also going to be a bit of a sluggish ride coming out of Jefferson there, right at the interchange with Route 80. 287 is going to be moving fine. Again, 78 looks good. We still have the issue there I mentioned before with the ramp to eastbound Route 78 shut. Going north on 287, 202, 206, Piscataway, Bridgewater, Branchburg, 202, I should say, 287. That's where I wanted to get that out. That is going to be looking good. And then south along the turnpike, again, we're seeing this delay. I think it's some kind of road work that is still there in some capacity. Yesterday we saw road work there just south of Interchange 9, just before 8A in Jamesburg. So we'll keep an eye. You know what? Let's just do this right now while we got time. Let's go to the construction list, and it should be gone if it was overnight work. But let's just check this out in real time. Go Turnpike. Yeah, here it is. Inner roadway, car lanes, southbound by 8A. So that's starting to see a bit of a backup. The left lane is shut, so I maybe would go to, if you can get over to the truck side of things, I think it's going to be a little bit easier for you. Again, just keep that in the back of your mind. 18, Route 9, Marlboro looks great. 33 is fantastic. So is 34, 35, 36, Garden State Parkway. You are clear. I don't know what that little blip here at 8 for 33. So mindful of that. Again, Parkway all the way down the shore is fantastic. So is the AC Expressway. Let's make our way over towards 55 and 42. Again, this whole interchange, that's normally what we see for the morning ride. The Turnpike is good, 295. Lower East River crossings are also going to be in good shape. Lower East River crossings, the lower Delaware crossings are in good shape, I should say, into Philly. 130, 70, 73, 70 Marlton is clear. So is 206 again, except for that one closure, which is right in here, just north of the AC Expressway this morning. So that may tie your ride up just slightly and just go with the posted detour to get past that here. All right, so 7:13 is our time. We'll do an initial check here of the city this morning. There was no incidents as I looked just moments ago in the Bat Center. The Bat Center, goof, Bat Cave. Yeah, nothing there being reported across the city. Some sun glare working on the Staten Island Expressway, heading east of the Goethals on over to the Verrazano, and then we make our way towards the Gowanus Expressway heavy, all the way up to the Brooklyn Bridge into the BQE. The Battery Tunnel is maybe 5-8 minutes or so. Then the BQE heading south across the Kosciuszko Bridge is heavy again at Flushing Avenue. Again, this is just all volume. Bell Parkway is fine until you get out here to Kennedy. Going west is the slow ride. The Van Wyck is just a disaster both ways into Hillside Avenue. So is the Jackie Robinson Parkway from Forest Park, getting out to the Kew Gardens interchange. And it looks like we may have an accident there at the interchange, heading south on the Van Wyck at the Grand Central. We want to hit weather right on time here this morning since Johnny's waiting on the weather center for us. Do this. Let's just see if we see anything. There, that's south on the left, although there is another camera, I think, right underneath it. To tell what this is. I just don't know. I honestly can't tell you what this camera is. I can't see it. The street sign on the right. Let me just take a look here a second. Don't know. I just can't tell what that is. Unless this overpass is part of the Grand Central and this is the Van Wyck going south. I'm not sure, honestly, but I mean, it's some heavy traffic. I think that's going south here this morning. Let's see. Looks like it may be underneath the ramp, and that's what you. Oh, okay. So maybe it's shooting here, and this is the ramp from what, the Jackie Robinson, maybe, or the eastbound Grand Central. Okay, it's the eastbound Grand Central. Looks like to the Jackie Robinson because that would follow here, and then you'd come in around. So I think what we're looking at is this traffic here heading south. That will be getting onto the Jackie Robinson. Yeah, I think that's what we were looking at was heavy traffic on that side of the Jackie Robinson. Anyway, I'll sort it out while Johnny's doing weather in the weather center. And it's great to have John back in the weather grotto, as my buddy Rick Holmes always called it, the traffic grotto. So let's take this off so Johnny's graphics can be provided. Let's bring in John's lower third. There we go. And let me just get ready to dial on. Johnny, you almost ready there, bud? Okay. See here. Hang on one second. Let me just get everything set up for you. Bear with me. Let me cue this up. And we're ready to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's send it over to the Weather Center and say a big good Tuesday morning to meteorologist training over at Rutgers University, Mr. John Rocco. John, good morning.
Good morning, Don, and good morning to everybody out on the road this morning. Hopefully traffic isn't too bad coming off of a federal holiday, but the weather's not too bad this morning either. We'll call it partly sunny this morning on this first day of the official start to summer. Taking a look at our temperatures, we're starting off in the upper 50s and lower 60s for the day. A little bit warmer down the Jersey Shore with mid and upper 60s to about 70 degrees in Cape May. And as we go into New York City, we'll be around the middle and upper 60s there, 64 in Staten Island, 65 over toward Brooklyn, Flushing, Queens about 64, 66 over toward Manhattan. And as we go out to Long Island, again, low to middle 60s around those areas. Islip around 62, 62 in Farmingville and Shirley as well. 64 over in Port Jefferson. Will warm up just about 2 or 3 degrees here over the next hour. And in the Hudson River Valley, Poughkeepsie around 59, 58 in Middletown. So a little bit cooler there up in upstate New York. 59 in Paterson, 62 over towards the Yonkers area. And western Connecticut, Torrington around 60 degrees this morning. Waterbury around 62, 62 down toward Bridgeport, 61 over toward the Norwalk area. So we'll be around the low to middle 60s for that western Connecticut commute. As for this afternoon, we have high temperatures in the upper 70s to around 80 degrees. Some areas in inland sections of New Jersey may try to make a run for the lower 80s. A little bit cooler there in Islip and New Haven in the low to middle 70s. And there will be a few spotty showers around, not a complete washout though, especially later on in the evening and tonight. We may have a little bit more in the way of some showers. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. And over the next few days, we have some more shower and storm chances coming up for Wednesday and Thursday. So make sure you stay tuned for that 70 forecast coming up in just a little bit. Right now, let's get it back over to Don Smith.
Thank you, John. Good morning, my friend. Great to see you back in the Weather Center. Everything's up and operational for you. Good to see. So John will be back in less than 30 minutes with a look of that exclusive 7-day weather forecast for the Tri-State Traffic Show. Well, let's talk to you about our sponsor for this half hour is the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. You see the shop there located on 22 North Avenue West in beautiful Cranford, New Jersey. 908-272-3000 is the phone number for the best ice cream shop in the planet. We will, whoa, wrong one. Sorry, that's me. I guess I can't have two at the same time. So there we go. So that's the shop, Vanilla Bean Creamery, decked out in his purple and white. Those are the colors of the CVBC. There we go. Got that right. Go over and say hello to Ralph for me and tell him you saw it here on the Tri-State Traffic Show. Get some of the best ice cream around, and you can see just the great flavors that Ralph has here. Cotton candy, cappuccino crunch. She's got the super crunch, vanilla super crunch. She's has the core, the core staple 3, vanilla, chocolate, strawberry. And again, I'm getting hungry. I didn't get a chance to eat this morning before getting up and just put it together. Couldn't put it together. Oh goodness. Had to do some video work last night, so that ran late. But so yeah, get out and enjoy some of this great ice cream. The weather is certainly going to go in the favor of getting warmer. And again, yesterday was a fairly nice day, and I think today will be as well. The potential for maybe a little rain later on today, but nonetheless, maybe a perfect time to go get some great frozen treats over at the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. There's the coffee, and again, he has strawberries, got the grasshopper, my favorite party cake, and he also has these great sorbets that he does as well. Lemon, blood orange, and also mango peach, or peach mango, actually. I'm not sure which is the dominant one in that, but I think he's got an equal amount of peach and mango, right? Just like Ace Rothstein and Casino. Equal amount of blueberries in every muffin. Funny. Guess you had to be there. I don't know. I need some applause. I don't know, or laughter. I'm not sure. One I have. Let's just see. We're just having some fun here this morning. There we go. I thought it was funny. No, not really. Anyway, so so head please over to the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery, CranfordVanillaBeanCreamery.com. You see the awesome flying saucers and chip witches, and again, making me extremely hungry. And he also, specializes in these beautiful ice cream cakes that he has. We're coming up through graduation season now for the public schools, moving up ceremonies. So there's probably going to be a lot of graduation parties this weekend. Then we have next weekend, getting into the 4th of July. So 4th of July falls like perfectly on a Monday. So you have a nice long weekend for you. Hopefully the weather will hold out for the fireworks. Have your nice barbecue and enjoy the pillowy, soft vanilla and chocolate ice cream in one of Ralph's specialty all occasion cakes, we'll call them. Yeah. And again, just some great ice cream and great stuff there. So once again, that's the Crime for Vanilla Bean Creamery and the proud sponsor of the Tri-State Traffic Show. All right. So with that said, let's go back into the action here on the roads and the rails. Let's go to the rails this time. Let's take a look at NJ Transit. We're fine. Hudson Bergen Light Rail, 8th Street, 618 departure. From Liberty Street at 6:30 because of mechanical issues. Okay, so that's not too big of a deal there. MTA, the only delays that I'm seeing on the subways are on the D train southbound, running with delays after remove the train with mechanical problems from service at 79th Street. Okay, so look for that. Let's go to the rails now. Take a look at Metro North. We're clean and green, and Long Island Railroad is on or close to schedule. That's what we want to look at, right? All right, so let's go back to our maps here this morning. West on the Grand Central is heavy, out by St. John's. LIE, same thing, right out of Long Island, getting all the way out to Woodhaven Boulevard. Midtown Tunnel about 10. The same thing at the Queensboro Bridge. The east side is heavy in towards the on the FDR into the RFK, all the way down towards just about 96th Street. But again, what else is new? Yeah, again, the comment section is open, friends. Please go ahead and throw up a comment there. We are on Facebook and YouTube here this morning. All right, so let's go to the borough of the Bronx and southbound Bruckner. Typical delays there. West on the Bronx River Parkway, heavy. West on the Cross Bronx at the Bronx River Parkway is heavy. South on the Deegan also is going to be heavy here this morning, getting south of the Mosholu in towards the Alexander Hamilton Bridge out to Yankee Stadium. Yankee Stadium, I should say. The Yankees last night. Yankees won. What else is new, right? 50 wins in the last 67 games, or 50-17. It's incredible. You know, you wonder if they're going to make a run for, I think it was the Seattle Mariners back in the mid 90s that had 116 wins. I mean, you got to think about that. So there's 67 games to play, 162 game season. So they're a little under, what is that? 95 games left. And you wonder if, 95 games and they're already at 50. I mean, you know, they need to win 66 of the next 95 games. So certainly well within the realm of possibility, but we'll see. So a good win last night against Tampa Bay Rays. In Tampa, at the Trop. Throngzek Whitestone is a little bit heavy as well, but again, what else is new? We're at 725. Spin it out to Long Island. We got a couple. Yes, we got Alexandra. Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Don. Made it to New York City smoothly. Outstanding. That's what we like to see. Thank you so much for joining us, Alexandra. Have a terrific Tuesday. And Jonathan, good morning to you. Thanks a lot for tuning us in here on the Tuesday as well on the Tri-State Traffic Show. Let's take a look at Long Island now. Let's run down the numbers. First, I want to go to the fresh numbers here, about 45 at the George, because there was that earlier crash on the upper level that is now long gone. About 35 or so at the Lincoln, and about 20, we'll go about 20, 25 there at the Holland Tunnel. Now, let's bring up the Long Island incident page. There was something out at the Oakdale Bohemia Merge on Sunrise Highway. The shoulder is blocked eastbound Hamptons Bay Road, or actually a little bit further east of the merge there. This is the westbound LIE at 49 at 110. It's got a crash, so let's take a look at that. That will be right in here. So if it's on, it's on the shoulder, kind of tying traffic back up to the Saturday coast in 53, and then some more volume building in through Vets Highway into 111. But again, that's just normal stuff. Same thing on the westbound Southern into 109 out to 135, and then really getting hit hard both ways here on the Southern State out through the Meadowbrook into the Wantagh Parkway. Not quite sure why, but again, well, it's volume, but it's also potentially some sun glare working in on the eastbound direction there. So just watch for that. Meadowbrook fairly heavy into the northern state combo. Same thing onto the Wantagh, and then the LI is heavy here at 135. Then again from just west of exit 40 in Jericho Turnpike, in towards about Shelter Rock Road, 36, 35, that area, and then it continues to be heavy west of Little Lake Parkway. 25A is good. Sunrise Highway, we're fine until you get out towards the Hamptons. Out in this direction, it looks like that may be where that crash is in the process of being cleared. Yeah, just at the merge with 24. So again, a little extra traffic because of this crash, but it's normally slow this time of the morning through the East End anyway. All right, so we're at, and I think the mouse just froze. Let's see, we lost the connection to the mouse. That is not good. There we go. We got Mr. Mouse back. Maybe squirrels, I don't know. They started doing work on the sides of the building now, and the holes in the sides of the building are enough to drive a truck through. Unbelievable how the squirrels have just destroyed the side of the building, just completely chewed right through it during the winter, trying to find a warm piece of the sidewalk, right? But holy smokes. Oof. So it's great that they're doing that and going to get that fixed. Let's go to Connecticut here at 7:29. We'll do a quick game reset here at 7:30. So normal delays in the Merritt south of 49 all the way out to 36, and then 95 is heavy coming out of Bridgeport, 28 on over towards about 27 or so down through about 25, and then you kind of get a little relief here until you get the Fairfield rest area at 22. We'll go 22 through 11, and then you get some more relief until you get south of 9 all the way out to 6. But nothing be reported as any kind of a crash of any type. Lower Westchester this morning, 287. We're going to be in good shape here. So is the New England Thruway, and the New York State Thruway is fantastic. The Thruway here, a little bit busy from 14 into the Tappan Zee Bridge, but what else is new there? Some Sunglair building going east on a roadway that goes south, right? Never understand that. So the Thruway looks good. Monroe, Woodbury, Goshen, 84. 84 is fine across the Beacon Bridge. Even 84 into Lake Carmel is moving well, but westbound 84 here in Connecticut looks like we may have a crash here. Yeah, we do. Just at the Route 7 interchange. So just watch for that coming through Danbury, really getting hit hard. Wow, that is really bad traffic there. That's going to be 5, 6, 7 miles worth of traffic. And then 684 is heavy through Croton Falls into Purdy's here this morning. Jonathan, I'll get to your comment in just a quick moment, but I want to bring my aging mug onto the screen. Oh, goodness, look at this thing. Wow. Taking a life of its own. Holy cow. Oh my goodness. Starts to look like Santa Claus here. If you I think I'm just about there, right? Oh my goodness. And looking old here. But anyway, I digress. Welcome to the Tri-State Traffic Show for a Tuesday morning. And I'm O'Donnell, your traffic jockey. We have Johnny Rocco in the Weather Center standing by with a look of the forecast coming up in about 15 minutes or so. Great to have John back up in the Weather Center. So that is great news. And also just wanted to tell you about our sponsor for this half hour is Travels with Darley. That is my friend Darley Newman. Has a great program on Ovation TV, Wonderum, Amazon Prime, and PBS Create. And again, you can, most of the time I find her on Create is on Wednesdays at 5:30. I think that's kind of her scheduled time there. If you're not familiar with Darley, there she is, Travels with Darley. Heads all around the world, giving you the best places for your vacation travels or just for informational, historical travels, the best place to eat, drink, and have just a grand old time at some of these great destinations that Darley gets to. And also follow her new program called Look Up with Darley on NJPBS. Check your local listings for date and time, as they used to say, right? But I think that's kind of outdated as well, with the DVR guide and all that fun stuff, right? That basically replay TV or really TiVo kind of started way back in the day, kind of recording analog video onto a hard drive, but let's not get into that. Anyway, all right, so let's go back to our maps here this morning. Let's bring in the live bug. There we go. Let's bring up the comments. And here's Jonathan's comment. Yeah, let's go Yankees. Yeah. Really playing well. Just some great baseball. Like the whole, it's a team affair. It's not just one or two players. It seems like everybody is making contributions, and that's what you're looking for with the baseball season. It's just a long season where you can maybe give some guys some days off. I mean, the real baseball purists would be like, playing 162 games, but that, let's be honest, that's a real grind. No question about that. But yeah, 50 and 17. The Mets are also playing well. So I don't know when the first Subway Series is. I get a feeling it's got to be soon. So that should be very interesting. And maybe even be over July 4th weekend. They may be, looking for the ratings there for the July 4th weekend. But yeah, Yankees are really playing very, very nicely. And actually was listening to it on the radio. I don't get yes here at the house, but so, and actually I kind of enjoy listening to baseball on the radio. It's I don't know, it's just the storytelling of it. Anyway, so John Sterling was off last night. Very, very rare day that John Sterling is off, but the man is 85, 86 or something like that. I mean, he still sounds fantastic. It doesn't sound any different than he did 25 years ago. But I think it's more for the travel end of things that he's just taking some games off. So anyway, Ricky Ricardo, it's got to be the best name in baseball announcing. That's just fantastic. He came over from doing the Spanish broadcast to join Susan Waldman. And, I'm really into the announcing and because I've done that before, nowhere near the level of that. But, I'm into, the voice and all that stuff. And that's why I got it's just, I don't know. Voiceovers, and I've always wanted to be a voiceover guy or an announcer, like I've always said, like Don Pardo or any of those great announcers and so forth. But what a set of pipes and Ricky Ricardo. Holy cow. It sounded like he was coming literally right through my speaker on the radio. Wow, tremendous. He does those super jeweler commercials. Hi, I'm Ricky Ricardo. I can't even do it. I mean, the guy's got such a set of pipes. I mean, wow. Use that guy in a movie or something. It's fantastic. Now whether he's the heir apparent to John Sterling, Sterling, if he decides to retire, I would have to imagine that he's got to be on the short list. But yeah, it is fantastic. Jonathan says here, let's see, one of our traffic spotters here. 17 and 287 is slow. Might be a crash. You're up there in Mawa, John. We're literally right on it. So let's just see. This is 287 at 17. Let's just check out the incident list, see if something popped up. And I know there's a camera up there, so we can go to the camera next if the incident list would populate. Let's see. 17 at Allendale. It's heading south. 2 lanes are shut there. First of all, a couple crashes here. One going south. That was the water bottle. Sorry. Going northbound, south of North Avenue in Cranford. There's a crash there. And then another one exiting for 127. So, Justin, if you are watching, hopefully, maybe you're off today. I don't know. But there is an issue there in your ride into the Edison facility. Let's go to 287 for John, who's on the road. We thank you, sir, for that. Let's just see if we can see anything. 287, and we will bring up the camera. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I know it's here. Down for there it is. 287 at 17. Let's see what we see. Yeah, John, you are right. Wow, couple things going on. Well, first of all, it's this overturned tractor trailer. He's at home. Okay, so John's at home. All right. That is new. I wonder if this just happened. Let's just see. Let's just see here. do this one more. There we go. It's over. So yeah, this is that flyover ramp from northbound 17, which puts you on the southbound 287. That's a flipped over tractor trailer. Wow. Again, that was not on the list. We just literally looked at the list and wow. Boy, he got lucky. He got really lucky, or she got lucky driving that truck. I'm assuming maybe it was on the right lane and flipped over and just took the load shifted, because look how close that is to the guardrail here. When this fence, this chain link fence is going to do nothing to stop this truck from falling over the side. Thankfully, that is not the case. But this is 287 going north. There's definitely something going on up towards the exit for the thruway. I mean, sometimes it can be heavy, but I think there is definitely some sort of a crash there. There is another camera. I'm going to let that one run because there is another camera looking the opposite way on the thruway. They normally keep it on 287 looking south. So it's, let's see. It's right in here, but I don't even see any flashing lights. The other camera is back in here, so we're looking at it from two different angles. So that could be just a little bit of slow traffic. I'm thinking if John, are you listening on the scanner? Because if you want to just type that in the comments, if that's what it is, then that's what this is here. That's probably what you heard. 17, because this is the ramp from northbound 17 to 287 south. Let me bring up another page because that camera is actually working very, very well for us for the first time in a long time. Long time, right? Let's see if they have it here. 17. They don't even have it on the list. They moved the camera, but they don't have it on the list, or maybe they're not looking at the camera. One of the two. Right. So let's do this here. It's right in here. This is it here. So here's 17 north. And it's really, again, it's also at exit 66. It's also the exit for 287 south, because you can that's how you turn around there for the most part. But it really is affecting traffic on 17 north, because that's the ramp to 287 going south here this morning. So again, that must have just happened. And as John had put into the comments here 5 minutes ago, that's what we are looking at. So thank you, John, for that. Thanks for the tip, pal. Appreciate that. That was a good one. Now let's just keep this in real time. So this ramp, I think police have just shown up here at the bottom. So this ramp is now shut because there is the individual in the left lane. And, there is an ambulance on scene at the top. I don't really see, dare I say, I do not really see too much of urgency per se. So hopefully the driver was, again, if he or she was strapped in, seat belted in, and the truck went that way, obviously being on your side like the space shuttle, maybe was able to climb out of the cab on the driver's side. And I'll just rerun that one again. Thank you, John. Appreciate that. So you're seeing and hearing this first here. I don't think anybody else really has this because of Johnny's tip. So this is fantastic. This is what we wanted. This is what we want to have from people contributing to the broadcast. So there it is. That's the northbound side of 17 shut here at 287. It's the ramp to 287 south. And I guess they just reopened this as this tractor trailer is coming through. Boy, that's a tight squeeze there. That's a tight squeeze. The problem is what do you do with all the traffic on 17? It's got nowhere to go because it just filters right into this. There's no really any great places to turn around here, out by the Sheraton Malwa. Very cool hotel there. I digress. So it's also possible that's the reason why 287 is as heavy as it is getting up into the throughway. Now, unless there's some sort of construction, this is saying construction, but but that doesn't make any sense because that would be traffic. Why would you stay with 287 going north if you really wanted to head south? So, all right, that doesn't make any. That does not make sense to anybody. Yeah. So this is exit 66 WNBC. On unbelievable Google Maps. You stink. So yeah, again, it's 17 coming into here. The continuation of 17 for southbound 287 is right in here. So I mean, let's go street view with this. Here at 7:43, John is waiting in the weather centre. Yeah, this is heading into Jaguar Land Rover, their North American headquarters. That's the big building right there. So it's not going to do anybody any good. You can't go through the parking lot. So again, it's this ramp as we follow it up here. Why does this do this? It just moves me like in 3-foot increments. On. So first of all, so there's the camera that we were just looking at. You're getting the whole 9 yards here. So that's the camera, and this is the ramp that said tractor trailer is lying on its side. Right in here. Let's go back to the camera because I want to see something. I'm wondering if the truck wiped out. Oh yeah, I'm thinking it wiped out this entire section of the guardrail, the fence. This looks like they're part of the fence maybe down as well. Maybe he came in hot coming around. He or she, gonna get that right. Came in hot coming around the corner, and the load shifted and it just wiped out the guardrail. Not even well, I see it's tough to see because the fence may not start until here, and this is just open, but that wouldn't make any sense either because this side has got fence on it. Now, I see a fence here. It's a very small fence, but nonetheless, until you get to the guardrail fence over 287, that would be right in here. I don't know. Yeah, he may have banged up the guardrail as well. So now DOT has got to have this issue on. They've got to put this on the incident list. They just moved the camera. So wow, they still don't have it. Unbelievable. All right, so let's do this. Let's go to the weather center because I got to hit the sponsor and weather here on time, and then we will regroup here in a couple of minutes to come back to this. So let's do this. John, are you ready there in the weather center? I got to hit you just a couple seconds early here, pal. Let's go to John in the weather center here with the 7-day forecast. John, I'm going to send it over to you because I want to focus more attention on this 17 crash. So say a big good morning to meteorologist and training John Rocco over in the Weather Center. Johnny, take it away.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Don, on this first day of summer here on this Tuesday, June 21st already, believe it or not. The year is just flying by here. We do have some spotty showers we'll be watching out for later on today, especially, and then some more showers and storms to look out for late Wednesday, going into early Thursday morning. I'll get to all of that in just a minute. For now, not much going on this morning. We'll call it partly sunny across the tri-state area. No rain to really worry about so far for today. Temperatures this morning starting out in the upper 50s and low 60s in most of New Jersey, more in the mid and upper 60s down toward the Jersey Shore. So Trenton starting around 61 this morning. You'll get to about 64 during the 8 o'clock hour, 64 in Newark, getting to about 66. A little bit warmer down toward Cape May and Atlantic City, getting to about 70 degrees here during the morning commute. As we go to the 5 boroughs, mid 60s for Staten Island, mid 60s for Brooklyn as well, and Flatbush 65, around 7 a.m. getting to about 68 degrees. Flushing, Queens, also about 64 degrees this morning, closer to 66 there toward Morris Park in the Bronx. And out on Long Island, we have similar temperatures in the low and middle 60s, 62 over toward Islip Airport, 62 in Shirley. Huntington around 64, getting to about 66 now, getting to about 68 this morning there in the Westbury area. And as we take a look at the Hudson River Valley, we have upper 50s and low 60s there, 58 in Middletown, 59 in Poughkeepsie, 62 getting to about 65 in the Yonkers area. And for our friends in Western Connecticut, Waterbury, starting around 62, getting to about 65 degrees this morning. Hartford will start you off around 60, getting to about 64. New Haven there toward the Long Island Sound, starting off around 62, getting closer to about 66. So starting off in the low 60s, getting to about the mid 60s by the middle to end of the morning commute hours. So for today, we have a few spotty showers to look out for. It's not a washout of a day, especially later on this evening. We'll have a little bit more in the way of shower coverage overnight tonight. And temperatures are going to be around the upper 70s, lower 80s for New Jersey. Further east in Long Island and Connecticut, you're looking at temperatures there right around the low and middle 70s. So those clouds are going to keep temperatures a little bit cooler for this afternoon. And again, we have some more showers and storms to look out for, thunderstorms for Wednesday evening going into early Thursday morning. So stay tuned for more updates on that. And we'll slowly warm into the lower 80s here for the end of the week and the upcoming weekend. The first full weekend of summer looks dry so far, and then we'll watch the potential for some more storms as we go into next week. Have a great day, everybody, and drive safely.
Thank you, John, and great job there with the 7-day weather forecast. So just kind of be a little weather aware here this morning. So we're in a bit of breaking news mode here at this hour. It's 7:49, 64 degrees here in the traffic show, traffic center. Looking at live here at a picture up in Mahwah. This is going to be the northbound side of 17. It's really the ramp to 287 south is going to be shut with that flipped over tractor trailer now. And here comes the ambulance. So that's not a good scene as well. There's one already on scene. Now, I don't know whether there is another vehicle involved in this. And I'm hoping that there's not a vehicle on the other side of that truck on the cab that it's laying on. A little tough to see from this angle. But let's just hope that that's not the case, that the truck flipped over onto another vehicle. Although I really don't see, I use this word very loosely when I say urgency, but the agencies here responding, I think they would be, if there was another car underneath it or whatever, they would be kind of running or moving a little bit faster than they are. So that could certainly be a good sign as far as what we have here this morning. Almost looks like a scene from that old show that I love so much, and it's still running, Emergency, from Johnny Gage and Roy DeSoto, right? So it's right in here. I'm not sure what's going on here. If there is another vehicle on this side, if the truck was in the left lane here, and then I'm out here, so I apologize for that. But if the truck was in the left lane and then the load shifted as he turned the corner and the truck flipped over, and there maybe was a car or something on this side, I don't know. Extremely difficult to tell from this vantage point unless the DOT moved the camera in. They were moving the camera up in here for some reason, but may just been the camera just got away from them just a bit. But so that ramp is going to be completely shut. Let's just see if they've got it. There it is. Okay, so they put it up. Overturned tractor trailer on 17 northbound ramp to southbound 287 in Mahwah. All lanes are closed. Exactly what we've been telling you here. And you heard and saw and heard it, really saw it first and heard it first. And we thank Johnny Moore here for giving us the tip on that. So thank you, sir, for that exclusive here on the Tri-State Traffic Show. So we're looking at this scene here this morning. We'll get to the sponsor at the top of the hour because we just want to follow this breaking news this morning. So, okay, so now let's just stay with the camera here. I wonder if my friends at DOT are actually watching, because it's interesting. If you are, you're doing a great job. My friends over at the DOT, long, great relationship with DOT and Turnpike Authority. My 20 plus years of doing traffic, so give a lot of respect to fine folks over there at NJDOT. So again, it looks like I would imagine there's probably a fuel spill. The saddlebags probably ruptured with that being flipped over, and I think that's kind of maybe what we're seeing, some of the fuel here as well. So now looking at this, let's go back to the maps, and we'll come off of the street view here this morning. Let's just widen this up just a bit, turn off Mr. Street View. There we go. We'll show you what the delay is now. So coming up 17, I think the better play to get into Rockland County is to head off here at 202. I think there's overhead signs here. I think there's VMS signs along northbound 17 in this area. And I think they're kind of strategically placed, possibly just for a situation like this, because I have a feeling that is not the first time that ramp is flipped over a tractor trailer. So if you get off onto 202 here, you take 202 north and you merge it right at the border, right in here. Street view. Let me just see what this looks like for you. Go 202. You're at the border. Welcome to New York. And as soon as you cross over to New York, that's how that it was always one of the things you could always tell when you either entered a different county or a different state is that the road. You always look at the road, right? It's paved on one side, and then it kind of just falls apart on one side or the other or whatever. Anyway, so now you're coming into Rockland County, so you're right at the border here. I always find borders very interesting. I don't know why. It's like you're standing here, you're in Mahwah, and then you literally cross the street and you're in Rockland County, a whole different state, a whole different set of government, a whole different taxes, the whole deal. And literally you've gone 65 feet. Anyway, so this will take you into Rockland County. And I see it's a body shop. I thought that was a speed trap of some type. Actually, it may be for whatever. This is October 2021. So watch for that. So there you go. Give me a little bit extra there on top, right? a little closer on the sides. So this is Orange Avenue here in Rockland County. Off of this. So it's really Franklin Turnpike, I guess, turns into Orange Avenue. Okay. Yeah, so right on the border. And again, the whole border thing I always find fascinating. Like they're saying the border goes right through here. This is street view. Let's just see what that looks like. I'm always curious on that. Now we're looking this way. So now you're in Rockland County. This is Rockland. Yes. And then you come across, I guess, through the stop sign, I would imagine. And then you're back in New Jersey again. I find that fascinating that they can overlook Rockland County. So let's do this. So yeah, I think that's going to be the easier play to get around this. If you're coming up 17 now, again, we've had the issues in Allendale too. That's the other big issue, is really heavy from Franklin Turnpike south into Allendale Road, and that is all because of another crash with a fuel spill involved. So 17 is really not faring too nicely here this morning. But if you are in Ramsey or Mahwah, stay with 206 or Franklin Turnpike if you can. Avoid getting on 17. Again, the traffic that's getting onto this section of 17, you got nowhere to go except for 287 South. So you don't have to go to 287 South. Maybe turn around in the Sheridan to Mahwah and head back south if you want to. Or if you're heading further north and you're trying to get into 287 going north, against just just a minor backup here because 287 is a little busy getting up towards the Thruway. But again, you have a couple of options there, but really you head south to 287 South. There are no options other than that ramp. I've always wondered why they had that flyover ramp, why they just didn't build something here instead of making it go like half a mile north to come a half a mile south again. But yeah, so anyway, that's the deal here this morning. Let's get another live picture. Let's see what the story is. This one's could certainly be out there for some time. They got to clean up the fuel spill. They got to attend to the injured if there are any. Hopefully there aren't any. And then I don't know. To me, it looks like there may be some guardrail damage, but that could just be this vantage point that I can't really. No. Looking at it here, that they moved it. It's not an HD camera, so you kind of can see some of the fencing here. But so yeah. So flipped over tractor trailer, then they more than likely would, depending on how they're going to rewrite this thing back on the wheels, will they have to offload that or we'll see what the situation is here at 7:58. So really that's our kind of breaking traffic news here this morning is this flipped over tractor trailer on 17 North, 287 South. The ramp is still going to be shut down until further notice. And then 17 South, we're busy into Allendale Road as well. And then the Parkway is getting hit hard here coming up into Cranford. And I think that crash just cleared. Yes, it's all lanes are open there. What am I doing, Smitty? We definitely have to reset things here in about 2 minutes. Want to go to the Parkway cameras because I wanted to show you the Parkway at 127 coming off the Driscoll Bridge. They were saying another crash here going north. I don't see anything here, but that was a half an hour ago, so that could very well be gone here at this point. Let's see. The Turnpike, 13A. Shoulders blocked there. Missing manhole on 15 north of Parker Road, southbound Rockaway. So that's not good either. Let's go back to the maps very quickly, shall we? So that would be in here along 15 out to this location. Parker Road is thinking it's out by Picatinny. Don't know offhand. I guess it would make it easier if I would just pay attention to the project. And let's go here, right there. And we still have 287. The ramp to eastbound Route 78 is still shut this morning. Oh yeah, this is just before 80 out by Picatinny Arsenal. So missing manhole cover. Oh, be careful of that. That's that one can be very, very difficult there. So anyway, with all of that said, good morning, and welcome to the Tri-State Traffic Show. O'Donnell, your traffic jockey, really busy here for a Tuesday morning coming off of the holiday from yesterday. Hopefully you're having a good Tuesday morning. We do have some issues. Obviously, you've been watching here kind of the breaking traffic news on 17 to 287 up there in Mahwah. The ramp is shut with that flipped over tractor trailer. We'll get back to that in a moment. Also some other issues into the city as well. So at this point, just really take it easy, please. It's been, like I said, a very busy morning. I just wanted to thank our sponsor, Travel with Darley. Didn't get really to the full sponsor there because we're in the breaking traffic news mode. But again, Travels with Darley, you see it at the bottom of the screen. You can watch her on PBS Create, Amazon Prime, Wonderum, and also on Ovation TV's Journey. And definitely check out her new program on NJPBS called Look Up with Darley. And you can find more information about Darley at darley-newman.com. This half hour is proudly sponsored once again by the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery in beautiful historic downtown Cranford, New Jersey. 272-3000 is Ralph's phone number. That's 908-272-3000. You can find more information on the ice cream shop, the best in the land, at CranfordVanillaBeanCreamery.com. All right, so with that said here this morning, let's do a reset here of New Jersey of all the issues that are really jumping off the maps here on an early Tuesday. Let's go back here this morning. So this is a new crash here northbound, north of 13A. We have the center lane shut down there on the truck side of things. There's the 287 flipped over tractor trailer. As we showed you, we had an earlier crash on the Parkway. getting up into 137 in Cranford. All lanes are open there. And then north exiting for 127. I just showed you the camera. I didn't see anything. That one I think is gone now. We have the 206 closure here in the southwestern corner of the Pine Barrens out in Hamilton. That's for fire department activity. Looks like they're fighting a bit of a forest fire there. Also southbound on 17 and Allendale Avenue and Saddle River, 2 lanes are shut. There's 15, that missing manhole cover out by Picatinny Arsenal going south, and then the ramp from northbound 287, the local lanes there, to eastbound Route 78. That is still going to be closed up with sinkhole still being cleared. So then we're seeing some, sorry, itchy nose. East along 80 is heavy out through the Rockaway area. And then also east on 80, we're starting to see more delays into 287. Same thing along 24, your Parkway, typical delays here. Out through about 150. And then most of North Jersey just kind of following the normal traffic pattern along 208, getting south out of Wyckoff in towards Hawthorne into Fairlawn. Also both ways of 17 here at Essex Street and Lodi. Westbound 80 is heavy over by Route 20. Then again into Route 19. Then eastbound 46 is a mess, passing Little Falls and heading out towards Montclair State. Eastbound 3 is busy at 21 into Secaucus. Parkway both ways at 150 is heavy. Here's this multi-mile delay on the turnpike getting north of interchange 12 all the way up into 14. That could run you another half an hour plus or so. Let's go to the cameras here. Come off of the Parkway camera. Let's go to the turnpike. Let's just see what we see. And I apologize from our friends up there in Connecticut and Long Island. Just that New Jersey has been just jumping off the maps here this morning with all kinds of chaos. My friend Russ Meyer says, chaos. Oh, boy. Let's see here. I don't think this camera works. No deal. Meal or no meal? That is the question. South of 14, maybe? Look how heavy that traffic is coming into 14. Oof. What a difference a day makes, right? Oh, boy. Ton of traffic there. North of 13. Out. You can see that truck side is all loaded up. So you want to stay with the inner roadway. The car lane's going to be a little bit easier for you getting up north here into the airport area. Let me go back to the homepage because I want to just check out the travel times on the turnpike. No, homepage. Come on. No. What is this? Oh, my goodness. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Trouble. We don't want short traffic. We want toll roads. We want to go north on the turnpike. And let's see here. On the turnpike, yeah, look at this. From 18, well, this is the George Washington Bridge delay. It's about 45 minutes. That's why that's heavy. But I don't understand why it's not picking it up. Well, between 8A and 14, it's going to run about another 11 minutes. But it's such a long stretch that it's not really in the red at this point. It's going to get there. So probably about another 10 or 15 minutes heading up into interchange 14. Whew, I'm winded already. Holy smokes. It's 8:05 now is our time. Let's just widen this up. Again, you're coming off the Driscoll Bridge. You kind of pick your poison here, really, whether you go north on the turnpike or north on the Parkway. I think the Parkway's got a little more to give than the turnpike getting up into the Newark area. But again, it's fairly heavy coming out of Colonia on into Clark into Cranford. 7 now is starting to hit the brakes just a bit through Edison. But, Monmouth County is good so far. So that's off to a nice looking start on the Parkway. 18, 33, and 195. North on the Parkway is a little bit busy out to the Lakewood area, so look for that. Also, 29 is starting to hit the brakes as you get in towards the Trenton Tunnel. We continue over towards 55 and 42 is slow here at the interchange. That's just normal stuff in the turnpike into 295 at the Parkway, AC Expressway. And Route 40 is moving well. The same thing down to exit 0 in Cape May. All right, so I want to go here to the New York City incident list. Let's check that out in real time, shall we? We'll check out the vibe there. Nothing going on, so that is good news. Let's give you the rundown of transit now. NJ Transit is seeing a little bit of a delay here this morning. 7:48 arrival into Dover is up to 20 minutes late because of earlier mechanical issues. Okay, so look for that. Nothing horrible, but again, if you're on that train that's running late or picking somebody up, then it's an issue, right? Path, let's see, at Grove Street, the elevator platform is out of service again. Okay, so look for that. Let's back to the maps. Let's go back into the city with all of this red here. Oofa, oofa. You know what I want to do now is I want to go to the Hudson River crossings. Let's just give you the list. Give you the numbers here again. Comment section is back open here. Apologize for that. So yes, that is open, and I wonder why it's saying that I'm not getting any comments from Facebook. I wonder what the deal is there. App platform support. Facebook pages, yes. Read and post, yes. YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Facebook groups, profiles. I don't know what that is, but anyway, back. So almost an hour at the George Washington Bridge, about 45 at the Lincoln, 30 at the Holland. So just a ton of traffic crossing the Hudson here on this Tuesday. Staten Island Expressway, a little bit busy. Well, really just off the Goethals. And then it breaks up a little bit until you get out towards the Verrazano is a slow ride. All the way up and onto the Gowanus Expressway, right on over towards the BQE. Battery Tunnels, about 10 minutes or so. Bell Parkway going west here out by Flatbush. Starting to see some more volume there. Let's go to the westbound belt here out by Kennedy is heavy. Van Wyck into Hillside Avenue is a mess. Look at all this red here on the Grand Central. Oof. That's a ton of traffic there on the GCP at 188. Both ways, the LI is heavy. The Cross Island all the way to Woodhaven. The BQE is a multi-mile mess from basically Queens Boulevard all the way into the Brooklyn Bridge. Williamsboro Bridge is about 15. This is kind of surprising. Brooklyn Bridge in about 5 to 8 minutes or so. Both ways of the FDR is busy here at the Midtown Tunnel. Southbound is just a long line of traffic from 125th, 125 down through the lower 60s or so. West side doesn't look bad. That's obviously just coming off the George, is the heaviest of our traffic there. Grand Central passing LaGuardia and City Field is fine. The BQE going up into the Grand Central and to the RFK is slow. Both ways of the Whitestone Expressway is heavy. South on the Throgsneck Bridge is, the Cross Island, I should say, is just a mess. Stay with the Clearview instead. Whitestone is super heavy as well, about 10 minutes there, about 5 to 8 here at the Throgsneck. Westbound Cross Bronx is heavy from the interchange to 3rd Avenue. Also, the southbound Bruckner is a mess. Same thing on the Deegan, both ways here by Yankee Stadium. Southbound Deegan also is going to be slow right out of Mosholu Parkway. Looks like we have another crash here coming off the Sawmill onto the Henry Hudson. We want to look for that as well. And then north here on, what is this? The Hutch out through Pelham Bay into Orchard Beach is a little bit heavy, getting the City Island. And then the Bruckner, that extension there is really heavy as well. So kind of normal fare for the city here this morning, coming up on 8:10. I think on our 8:30 half hour, we'll do our kind of our camera run around, and we'll take a look at the scene there. Long Island, let's check out the deal here. Westbound on the expressway, the shoulder is still shut between 50 and 49S. Let's go to the cameras. Let's just see the gravity, the severity of the situation, basically, of kind of what we're dealing with here this morning. LIE. Give you the LIE. Hans Gruber. That's West moving away. I don't see anything there. Okay, so let's just zoom in a little bit more. 110. That's west on the left. It's heavy because obviously the crash was there. So maybe it's here. It's okay. So it's just before 110. Go to the videotape. So yeah, it's on the shoulder, and then, again, the police lights and the police activity. That's what's holding you back here, friends. That's the drill. That's the deal. That's the deal. The deal. The deal. Two occasions. The deal. Anybody like that song? Anybody even know what I'm talking about? R&B group from, I think, the late 80s, early 90s. If I'm not mistaken, my memory serves me correctly, yes. Deal was Babyface, and there was somebody else that was famous as well in that group, or became famous afterwards, but Babyface was definitely one of them. Wish I could play the song, but can't do it. Copyright strike. YouTube better back when it first started, when everything was just on there. You can look. I mean, there's a ton of stuff on YouTube that probably should be copywritten and flagged, but it's not. But so we're thankful for that, right? So westbound LIE getting into Vets Highway is a little bit heavy, and then obviously out towards that crash in the shoulder. Northern State seeing a lot of delays out through 110. Let's just go. Eastern Suffolk is fine until you get on the Sunrise Highway. There's an earlier crash here just east of the 24 merge in Hampton Bays, so be mindful there. Also, I'm just curious why Facebook, I'm not able to get any comments. Yesterday we had a ton of friends there on Facebook, and everything is on YouTube. Okay. There we go. West on the LIE is heavy, just west of 40 on over towards about 36. So is the Meadowbrook and the Wantagh State Parkway. Both ways of the Southern State really heavy from 17 all the way out to 28. And Sunrise Highway a little busy here in Valley Stream. All right, so with that said, let's see if John is ready in the weather center. He is saying yes, he is. Okay, so let's send it over to meteorologist in training, John Rocco. Let's bring up Johnny's banner here this morning. There it is. And he's the president of the Weather Watchers Club. And we want to bring in John. Let me just dial him up here and bring him in. Hang on, John. Hang on, pal. And there we go. So without further ado, let's take a look at your forecast for this Tuesday with John.
Good morning, Don, and good morning to everybody out on the road this morning. Hopefully traffic isn't too bad coming off of a federal holiday, but the weather's not too bad this morning either. We'll call it partly sunny this morning on this first day of the official start to summer. Taking a look at our temperatures, we're starting off in the upper 50s and lower 60s for the day. A little bit warmer down the Jersey Shore with mid and upper 60s to about 70 degrees in Cape May. And as we go into New York City, we'll be around the middle and upper 60s there, 64 in Staten Island, 65 over toward Brooklyn, Flushing, Queens about 64, 66 over toward Manhattan. And as we go out to Long Island, again, low to middle 60s around those areas, Islip around 62, 62 in Farmingville and Shirley as well, 64 over in Port Jefferson. Will warm up just about 2 or 3 degrees here over the next hour. And in the Hudson River Valley, Poughkeepsie around 59, 58 in Middletown. So a little bit cooler there up in upstate New York, 59 in Paterson, 62 over towards the Yonkers area, and western Connecticut, Torrington around 60 degrees this morning, Waterbury around 62, 62 down toward Bridgeport, 61 over toward the Norwalk area. So we'll be around the low to middle 60s for that western Connecticut commute. As for this afternoon, we have high temperatures in the upper 70s to around 80 degrees. Some areas in inland sections of New Jersey may try to make a run for the lower 80s. A little bit cooler there in Islip and New Haven in the low to middle 70s. And there will be a few spotty showers around, not a complete washout though, especially later on in the evening and tonight. We may have a little bit more in the way of some showers. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. And over the next few days, we have some more shower and storm chances coming up for Wednesday and Thursday. So make sure you stay tuned for that 70 forecast coming up in just a little bit. Right now, let's get it back over to Don Smith.
Thank you, John, and good morning to you, my friend. Great job there in the traffic center. So really appreciate that here this morning. Actually, in the weather center, I'll get that right. Sorry, I was trying to figure out this whole Facebook deal here this morning, and they were saying some kind of maybe a copyright strike on something, and I don't know what that would be. I didn't play any music. The only music I have is through my little system here, so I don't know if anybody else on Facebook can throw in a comment here this morning. That would be great. Yeah, Alexandra, John was having just a little bit of trouble with his microphone. He did mention that, and I apologize. I should have prefaced that by saying that he texted me and said that he was having a little trouble with the microphone, but I said just go with it for now, and we'll kind of deal with it. We're already kind of into the show here this morning. So sorry about that. I apologize, everybody. And sorry, Alexandra, for that. I should have went ahead and said that here this morning. So looks like I know, maybe my Facebook page is see here. I'm sorry. I'm just off of me for 1 second. No. I don't want to leave the site. Can't do that. We're shut down the whole broadcast. Let me do this. You know what? If you just bear with me for 1 minute, I'm going to take kind of just a brief pause here, and I'm going to run some music for you. I just want to check out this Facebook page just so I'm not in any kind of massive violation of Facebook or whatever it is. So just hang tight here, and I will be back in just a minute. Okay. All right. We are back. Thank you so much. Sorry about that. I had to take a quick time out with the I don't know, since when a copyright strike or something on Facebook. I think that's on my own personal page because I was doing that as well for the last couple of days. But I don't know what that would be about. I'm using the music that came with the system, so I don't know. That's the first that I'm seeing and hearing. It's the first I'm hearing of this. I hate that phrase. The first I'm hearing of this. Where are you getting that from? Oh gosh, if some of my friends there on my own personal page probably know who I'm talking about. Um, yeah. Anyway, let's go back into our maps here this morning. Get off of me, as Tom Steiner said. Get off of me. Get off. Gosh. Anyway, so let's go up to Connecticut, shall we? And we'll check out the deal here. Let's give another refresh of the Hudson's this morning to see what we're playing with here. Let's go up to it's a full screen it for you. So an hour here, an hour on average at the George, 45 at the Lincoln, half an hour at the Holland. Okay, so we got that. Let's go to Connecticut Incidents. Check out the deal here. 84 West and Danbury 7-3. Delays. But I don't see anything as far as any kind of a crash. So kind of just a normal drill here this morning along 95 and your Merritt Parkway this morning. So south on the Merritt is heavy from 52 all the way down through just about exit 41, and then heavier here as you get in towards Route 7. 95 straight off of the 8 and 25 is busy out to 95, but we're pretty heavy here from about 29 or so in towards just about 26. Then you get some relief through Fairfield, and it picks up the pace here with the delay from 18 straight on down through just about exit 5. And then once you clear about exit 36 on the Merritt, we're fine. Route 7 is looking good. So is Route 1. Post Road there. Let's go to lower Westchester. And again, yesterday morning at this time, we saw everything was completely in the green, which was amazing. North on the Hutch is busy into Weaver Street, New England Thruway. Again, New England Thruway, you're good. East along 287, we're fairly heavy as well. East of the Thruway, obviously exits 1 out through about 5 and 6 in towards the White Plains area. So again, what else is new? We head south on the Thruway from the Spring Valley tolls all the way to the Tappan Zee Bridge. That's busy. Palisades Parkway, though, really looks in great shape here this morning. We'll get back to the issues in Mahwah here in just a brief moment. The Thruway is also looking good up to Route 6 and 17. 84 is fine through Middletown, Goshen, Chuck Goshen, right? 84 across the Beacon Bridge is good. And over to 84 as you get in towards the Brewster area looks good, except for west straight out of Connecticut is just a bit busy. And then 684 is heavy here just a little bit through the Purdy's area and Golden's Bridge. So that is your ride. West on 84 in Danbury actually beginning to get a little bit better at the 7 interchange. That crash has been cleared. Waterbury is moving well. Hartford doesn't seem to see a whole lot of traffic, and Torrington up in Litchfield County is rolling along very, very nicely. So, all right. So with that said, here at 8:26 now, see what we want to do. We want to come off of some of these cameras here this morning. You know what? Let's just give you a quick temperature check. You saw John's forecast, but let's just give you what we're dealing with in certain locations that John didn't have in the report there. Gabreski Farmingdale 68 in fair skies. Kennedy coming in at 70. 68 LaGuardia, mostly cloudy. 61 in Somerville. 67 in Teterboro, and 62 in Trenton. Let's go to South Jersey. Let's check out PIA coming in at 69 and mostly cloudy. Also Mount Holly, the airport there. South Jersey Regional at 68. And Allentown, Lehigh Valley coming in at a nice brisk 61 degrees. We'll go up to Connecticut now. We'll check out Bridgeport Sikorsky Memorial coming in at 65 and fair. Westchester County Airport at 68 and fair. And Tweed in New Haven at 66. some fair skies there as well. Let's go to the Hudson Valley. Check out Monticello at 53 degrees. Ooh, is that refreshing, right? Nice. 56 at Orange County Airport, Poughkeepsie, Dutchess County Airport, 57, and Stewart coming in at 54. So a nice crisp start to your Hudson Valley. Let's go down to Cape May, shall we? Take a look at Wildwood, Cape May County Airport coming in at 70. So warming up nicely there. Fair skies. Millville coming in at 67, and a couple of Delaware reporting stations, Georgetown and Wilmington, 68 and 64 respectively there. Let me see if I can find the AC, the Atlantic City Airport. Let's just see what's coming in there this morning. Belmar Farmingdale at 67, Dover Air Force Base at 66. Why isn't Atlantic City Airport listed on here? Huh. Ocean City at 67. McGuire at 68. Interesting. Wonder why the Atlantic City Airport's not listed. Anyway, I digress for the 190th time. 8:28 now is our time. You are watching the Tri-State Traffic Show. Odon here in the Traffic Center. We thank you so much for watching the big broadcast here across multiple platforms on Facebook as well as YouTube. So thank you very much for dialing us up here as we getting into the 8:30 half hour. And speaking of that, the 8:30 half hour is sponsored by Travels with Darlie. There is, it is on the bottom of the screen. Travels with Darlie. Watch her on PBS Create, Amazon Prime, as well as onto Wondrum and Ovation TV's Journey. So we thank Darlie Newman for being a proud sponsor of the Tri-State Traffic Show. There is Darlie. And again, just a fantastic program. You can find more information on her program, taking it all around the world for all the best places to eat, drink, vacation, historical trips. It just really so much fun. Darlie does an amazing job, and we thank her for being the sponsor of the Tri-State Traffic Show. All right, so with that said, we'll do something. No, okay, we'll wait till the end of the show at 9 o'clock to do that. All right, so we're here at 8:30 now. Let's take the Travels with Darlie banner off, and we will go back to the maps this morning. This is the one of the big issues that we're working with is this flipped over tractor trailer now on to the ramp to 287 south from northbound, again from 17 north. So that is currently closed now at this point. So it looks like our emergency apparatus is out of the way, and I guess they're just awaiting the heavy wrecker to come in and put that truck back onto its wheels. So yeah, so let's go to the maps. Let's just take a look at how bad that delay is. Again, we've got other issues here also in New Jersey with the turnpike and so forth. And you know what? Let's just do that first. Let's give you the rundown first before we get into the details. So the drawbridge there, Tacony Palmyra Bridge, the drawbridge is open. So we'll watch for some delays there. And then 42, the shoulder is shut. As you go, let's see, north of Black Horse Pike, 10A, the shoulder is shut down there. Another crash. Again, it's that outer roadway, the truck lanes getting into 13A for Newark Liberty. You got the center lane shut down, and that's still being worked on this morning. There's the overturned tractor trailer. Okay, so now they've shut the ramp from 287 altogether, so they're not even letting traffic from 287 north to turn around or even to get onto Route 17. So that's where they've actually closed it up there. So that's a fresh update as well. So let's go in here. It's way up in here, way up, way up, way up. That's why we're seeing these delays, because they're not allowing traffic to get off at exit 66 now. Which would be right in here, Stag Hill Road. So it says exit ramp is shut. So they're not even letting this traffic get onto 17 now. Whether get onto 17 south here. Well, you know, I think this ramp also is the ramp to Gosh, it's been so long since I've been up this way. I'm just trying to put pieces together here. So this is 287 South. Let's just go. No, that's not where we want to go. I want to head up in here. Okay. Here we go again with this crazy foolishness. All foolishness, right? 17 South, you got to get to the left. Okay, so that's what I thought. That's what I was thinking off the top of my head. So, for those traveling north on 287, so there's no access to 17 at all at exit 66. They've shut the ramp down completely. They don't want any more traffic sitting in this mess. But this ramp is, and I will show you, is actually for turnaround for southbound 287 as well as northbound see here, 17 north, 17 south. That's what the mess is. So let me just see, where's that ramp come in. I thought they were one and the same. 66 WNBC. Let's come off of this. So this, man, there's a lot going on at this interchange, isn't there? How is that a mile up the road that there's another ramp? Am I missing something here? There's no other ramp here for 17 North. Why is this going to do this? Why can't you just jump in here? No, I'm almost positive there's no ramp here. Honestly, whoever designed this interchange, I mean, if this isn't like the next mega project to be redesigned, this is just awful. This is just so confusing for everybody involved in the process. You know, this is just ridiculous, quite honestly. Because in order to head 17 south, you need to go up onto that ramp, and you're not going to be able to do it. There's exit 66. That's 17 there. This is 17, and this is the south. That's the ramp that 17 north goes in. All right. Anyway, bottom line is you can't get off at exit 66. We'll just leave it at that at this point. It is a multi-mile mess. 8:35. Let's do this. First, let's go back to 42 because this could cause some problems as well. Let's go to the cameras here this morning. We do this, and no cameras. No deal. Meal or no meal. Anything at 41. Just normal heavy traffic into 55. 73. We'll show you the delays there. Blah 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 blah. Let's see here. Probably going to see stop. It's in this whole plaza here, so I would say the drawbridge is back. I have to say, take a guess that the drawbridge is back down again. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Boom. Yahtzee. It's just this turnpike is the other big issue that we're dealing with as well. 17 getting in towards Allendale Road has been clear of that problem. And then further south through Paramus is busy. So is 208 out by Goffle Road. Let's go to the turnpike here. And this is just getting worse before it gets better with this crash out by 13A on the truck side in the center lane this morning. So looking at that, that is just a bacchanal of traffic. I would stay with the Parkway if you have to travel north through Union County. 287 getting pretty busy here in Piscataway, coming out of Edison. A little relief in South Plainfield, but the Parkway looks good across the Driscoll. East on 78 is still a little bit slow with some sun glare. And again, 287 north. Again, 287 north, the ramp to Route 78 east is still shut with that sinkhole. 80 is fine until you get into Parsippany. That's going to be a little bit busy here. The Parkway looks good, 195. So is the Turnpike, 295, 29, a little crazy into the Trenton Tunnel, but that's to be expected. North in Brick out of 89 up to 91 is slow. Parkway looks good all throughout Southern Ocean County. And then 55, 42, the typical delays there. 295, the Turnpike to the Delaware Memorial. That is good. Parkway out towards exit 0 is also moving at a nice pace. So 8:38 now is our time. Let's do this. Let's just call up the New York City incident page just to check in to see if anything big has popped off here. RFK into Manhattan, that has some delays there. What else is new? All right, so let's go to the cameras here. We do our 9 box here in the 8:30 half hour. Maybe we'll make this a regular thing at 8:30. Highland Boulevard, Arden Avenue is fine. The expressway there on Staten Island, SIE, out by Verrazano looks good. West Shore over by Bloomfield Avenue, we are fine. Highland Boulevard at Midland Avenue looks good as well. Outer Bridge crossing into New Jersey is clear. The expressway at Clove Road, things are also in good shape there this morning. Eastbound Expressway at Richmond Avenue is going to be a bit busy. West Shore Expressway at Fresh Kills Creek is going to be just a little bit slow at times. So let's continue on now to the Manhattan 9 box. We'll take a look at what's going on here. The first stop is going to be Edcott's Queensboro Bridge, about 15 there. Midtown looks good. Doesn't look like they've got that utility works. Hopefully they finish that. 5th at 49th, 7th at 34th. There's the FDR, 127th. The RFK is busy all the way down to 96th Street. Get down to the Brooklyn Bridge. We're fine. West Street at the Intrepid is a little busy. South here on the Henry Hudson, starting to slow down just a little bit, getting in towards 125th Street. But again, that's just normal traffic for this time of the morning. Let's go to the Bronx, and we'll check out the deal here, home of the Yankees, where they won yesterday, and Ricky Ricardo in full voice. Southbound Bruckner here at Castle Hill is heavy into the Bronx River Parkway. What else is new? BRP at 174, that is fine. Let's go to the Cross Bronx going west here, getting out by the Bronx River Parkway. I think the DOT moved that camera in. Maybe there was something on that entrance ramp from the BRP. Major Deegan here at Willis is a little bit heavy here, getting up into Yankee Stadium. And then this is the westbound side as you head out towards Clay Avenue, Bill Clay, Clay Avenue and Webster Avenue. Henry Hudson at 232 looks good. So is the Deegan at 230. And coming off the George is obviously a little heavy here, heading east, getting out to the Major Deegan. Let's go to Queens. Check out the ride here this morning. We will start off Grand Central here is fairly heavy both ways at 188. The Belt at 158 in Jamaica looks good. The BQE over at Broadway is moving fine. Midtown Tunnel is about 25 minutes. Jackie Robinson, Forest Park Drive, we are clear. And also west on the LI is heavy here, getting up the hill out of Queens Boulevard, Woodhaven Boulevard, kind of normal drill there. This is the Van Wyck, the Grand Central. I still think that this is the southbound side of southbound side of the Van Wyck, getting off onto the Jackie Robinson. Van Wyck here at the Hillside Avenue interchange is heavy. That's the LIE going west, passing the BQE. And did they throw in an extra camera here? Let's see, 3, 6, 9. We got 10 cameras. That'd be nice. Whitestone Expressway at the median here. That's going to be northbound that heads away. Interesting. Wonder if we can get some more cameras than the 9. Hey now. Let's go to the Brooklyn crossings. The Brooklyn cameras, I should say. Bell Belted Bay 8th, east on the left is heavy. Belted Flatbush, that looks good. The ramp to the BQE in the trench coming off the Gowanus is a little heavy. Southbound on the BQE here at the Brooklyn Bridge, that's a solid ride. Inbound BQE here at Sackett Street is awfully jammed getting in towards Atlantic Avenue. And then we take it to the BQE here south over by Metropolitan Avenue is a heavy ride. Inbound Gowanus is a mess here coming through Industry City as you see it here, getting up in towards the Prospect Interchange. We'll run down the East River crossings now. I think maybe we'll take this right to weather because then we'll do a check of the transit. Let's see. The Brooklyn Bridge inbound is coming towards us. A little sluggish there. That is the Battery Tunnel is running about 10 plus minutes. Manhattan Bridge here is good into town. Go to the Manhattan Bridge, lower roadway. That also is good. Williamsburg Bridge, the inner roadway is just jammed. That's about 15 minutes into town as well. QMT is, again, about 20, 25 minutes there. Queensboro Bridge lower is heavy, and the upper level here at the Ed Koch also is just a bit on the brakes. So let's take a look at the MTA now. Take a look at our subways and rails and buses and all that fun stuff. We've got some delays on the 2 train. May wait longer for a 2 train and running as much service as we can with the train crews we have available. Okay. The F train now, may wait longer for an F train. Again, the crew availability. Let's go to the rails and we'll take a look at Metro North. I have some delays here on the New Canaan branch. May experience up to 15 to 20 minute delays because of signal problems near Springdale. So look for that. Maintenance crews are now on scene to fix the problem. We will continue to keep you updated. All right. Excuse me. So Long Island Railroad, that is good across the board. So yeah, we are doing well with that this morning. Gonna just quickly look at the Long Island incident page to see if anything has come up. We are still dealing with, I believe, that shoulder activity. No, this is east at Motor Parkway. The shoulder is shut. Okay. The rest of it, I think, is pretty much regularly scheduled delays this morning across the board. All right. So with that said, exactly 8:45 now is our time. Let's queue up John in the Weather Center here this morning. Let me just get his connection ready for us. Let's see. Where is John? John. There is John. All right. So 8:45 is our time. We have 68 degrees here in central New Jersey and clear skies. Let's send it over to our meteorologist in training, Mr. John Rocco in the Weather Center. Good morning, Johnny.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Don, on this first day of summer here on this Tuesday, June 21st already, believe it or not. The year is just flying by here. We do have some spotty showers we'll be watching out for later on today, especially, and then some more showers and storms to look out for late Wednesday, going into early Thursday morning. I'll get to all of that in just a minute. For now, not much going on this morning. We'll call it partly sunny across the tri-state area. No rain to really worry about so far for today. Temperatures this morning starting out in the upper 50s and low 60s in most of New Jersey, more in the mid and upper 60s down toward the Jersey Shore. So Trenton starting around 61 this morning. You'll get to about 64 during the 8 o'clock hour, 64 in Newark, getting to about 66. A little bit warmer down toward Cape May and Atlantic City, getting to about 70 degrees here during the morning commute. As we go to the 5 boroughs, mid 60s for Staten Island, mid 60s for Brooklyn as well, and Flatbush 65 around 7 a.m., getting to about 68 degrees. Flushing, Queens, also about 64 degrees this morning, closer to 66 there toward Morris Park in the Bronx. And out on Long Island, we have similar temperatures in the low and middle 60s, 62 over toward Islip Airport, 62 in Shirley. Huntington around 64, getting to about 66 now, getting to about 68 this morning there in the Westbury area. And as we take a look at the Hudson River Valley, we have upper 50s and low 60s there, 58 in Middletown, 59 in Poughkeepsie, 62 getting to about 65 in the Yonkers area. And for our friends in Western Connecticut, Waterbury starting around 62, getting to about 65 degrees this morning. Hartford will start you off around 60, getting to about 64. New Haven there toward the Long Island Sound, starting off around 62, getting closer to about 66. So starting off in the low 60s, getting to about the mid 60s by the middle to end of the morning commute hours. So for today, we have a few spotty showers to look out for. It's not a washout of a day, especially later on this evening. We'll have a little bit more in the way of shower coverage overnight tonight, and temperatures are going to be around the upper 70s, lower 80s for New Jersey. Further east in Long Island and Connecticut, you're looking at temperatures there right around the low and middle 70s. So those clouds are going to keep temperatures a little bit cooler for this afternoon. And again, we have some more showers and storms to look out for, thunderstorms for Wednesday evening going into early Thursday morning. So stay tuned for more updates on that. And we'll slowly warm into the lower 80s here for the end of the week and the upcoming weekend. The first full weekend of summer looks dry so far, and then we'll watch the potential for some more storms as we go into next week. Have a great day, everybody, and drive safely.
Thank you, John, and welcome back to the Tri-State Traffic Show. Sorry about that. I hit the mute button again as I did yesterday and took us off the air for a couple minutes. But anyway, Johnny, thank you so much, my friend. We will see you back in the Weather Center tomorrow morning at 7:15. So great to see John back here in the Weather Center. So fantastic stuff. Little applause for Johnny here this morning. Yeah, there we go. Very nice. Good to see John. So with that said, we got to look at the weather. So again, just be a little weather aware for it later today. We are sponsored this half hour by Travels with Darlie. Darlie Newman, darlie-newman.com. You can find more information on her upcoming shows, and you can watch her program on PBS Create as well as Amazon Prime and Ovation TV's Journey and Wondrum. So many different platforms to go ahead and check out Darlie and all the fun stuff that Darlie does for her show. And if you're unfamiliar with Darlie's program, this is a little clip from the very first season of Travels with Darlie.
Really beautiful. It's dramatic up here.
Our team from the Emmy-winning Equitrekking series is showing you our world as you've never seen it, through the lives and eyes of the locals who know it best.
Yeah, exactly.
Explore some of Europe's most enchanting castles and cities. Dive into adventure in the Caribbean and USA. Try experiences you never thought you would.
So you're gonna try the fish pedicure. So you just have to sit down, put your feet in the water, and they're gonna come and eat everything on your feet.
Earn bragging rights, eating at some of the world's best restaurants, and discovering top food in some of the most unassuming locations. Get a fresh perspective from people you'll love.
I think I'm done.
Absolutely.
What's up?
On the destinations you thought you knew, immerse yourself in our world with our new series, Travels with Darlie.
So that is just a little sample of what Travels with Darlie has to offer. And again, you can find her on PBS Create, Amazon Prime, Ovation TV's Journey, and Wondrum. And she also has that great new program, and that is going to be on NJPBS called Look Up with Darlie. Check your local listings and times for that broadcast. So again, we thank Darlie Newman for sponsoring the Tri-State Traffic Show. All right. So with that all said here this morning, let's go back to our maps, shall we? We'll bring up a couple issues here. We're going to follow up with Jersey, but John, yeah, see you later, John. Thank you so much for the tip on that issue up there in Mahwah. Hopefully you will join us once again tomorrow morning. So thank you so very, very much for joining us here on the Tri-State Traffic Show. Have a great day, sir. Let's go back to where are we going now? First, I'm going to do a very quick sweep here of that's the Jersey list. I wanted to go here. First, we're going to finish up with Path here this morning. I'm going to do this very, very quickly because I got to get back to Mahwah here this morning. The Grove Street elevator is out of service. Okay, we know that. Let's go to the Connecticut incident page. I think we're just normal traffic here. Some road work on 91, road work on 95. It's way up there. Bridgeport, some delays, 31 to 23. Can we know about that? Then 18 through 5. And then the Merritt is heavy 49, 41, then 40 to 35. Okay, let's go to the Hudson Valley incident page here this morning. We'll check out the deal here. Southbound on the Thruway, we got a crash over by exit 4 in Yonkers. Out of service. Dutchess County 9D over by 84. It's got a crash with a down pole. The Palisades Parkway, broken down vehicle there, getting into 5B that's heading north. Again, that's going northbound. Okay, so look for that. We did Long Island. So here at 8:53. So what we want to do is, where are we going now? Oh, Smitty. All right. So let's go back to New Jersey because this has been one of the busiest areas. And it's this overturned tractor trailer as we've been following all morning long, thanks to Mr. John Moore. So there it is on 17. Getting onto the ramp to 287 South. That's that common ramp that kind of brings, well, off of exit 66. That's really where it's shut. Because they don't want any more traffic getting on to that stretch of 287. So now it's really starting to stack up here. And again, we just don't know how long that's going to be there. And obviously it's coming up on 9 o'clock. And this has been out there for, what, an hour, almost an hour or so. That's not looking good. You know what? Let's go to the travel time since we have the tools available for us. We'll check this out in real time. Let's just see what we've got here this morning. Go interstates. Take it over to 287. North. Should take you about 26 minutes or so. From 80 out to the state line. Pardon me as I get some water. And from 80 to the state line, we're dealing with about a 15, 20-minute delay or so, and it's only going to get worse the longer that that stays out there. So we will keep on top of that here in the traffic center. So again, if you're heading north along 287, if you need to make your way into Rockland County, Mahwah, that area, please, if you can, stay with 202. Again, it's single lane here this morning out by Ramapo College, but again, it's going to get you past all this. At least you can get yourself into Mahwah because at this point you can't even get off at exit 66 for 17 at all. So there's just no access to 17 whatsoever. So again, just be mindful of that. So that's really what we'll go back to this. And I guess the crews are assessing how to put that tractor trailer back up onto its wheels. But most of the ambulatory traffic or the, vehicles and whatnot, they are gone here this morning. So, yeah. So at this point, that is really one of the major hotspots. The other issue is this turnpike mess. Getting into 13A. Let's just see. Is that accident still there? Oh, gosh. Imagine that it is. Let's just widen this up just a little bit. Turnpike, a center lane is out of service at 13A. So that's the problem, was that the center lane is closed. So now you got traffic going by you on both sides. And our delay almost gets back to 11. So I would just absolutely stay off of the turnpike here this morning. Go with the parkway, especially if you're coming into the interchange of the Driscoll Bridge, heading onto the parkway this morning. Getting up and in towards Woodbridge area. Stay with the parkway, friends. If you're in a passenger vehicle, it's going to be much easier for you than the turnpike mess. We still have 80 and 78, 287. We're fine. 24, a little busy up at the mall at Short Hills. We still have the delays here because the eastbound ramp to 78 is shut down off of northbound 287. 206 in Hillsborough is busy. 287 in through Piscataway also is going to be a bit slow. Let's head down the shore where your parkway is moving fine all the way through Ocean, Monmouth, Ocean, Atlantic counties. 55 really is still just a little bit slow here into 42. And then Route 70 coming into the 73 interchange here in Marlton is just a bit slow. 295 through Mount Holly, Pennsylvania Extension is good. 29 into the Trenton Tunnel. That's going to be a little bit busy, but 295, we are moving at a very, very good pace. Let's go to transit here this morning. We'll check in with our friends there. And I got a feeling the Delaire Bridge is probably open. That's exactly what it was. Up to 50 minutes of a delay, almost an hour delay there. The 828 Philly is going to be delayed. This is the 808 from Dover is up to 30 minutes late there. And the River Line is subject to 15-minute delays because of a broken down train near Burlington Town Center. Whew, wow. All day at 8:57 and 71 degrees here in clear skies in central New Jersey. Wow, that went that went by fairly quickly. Wow. So again, this is our big story is the 17 issue here as they're assessing the damage and moving some heavy apparatus into place here. So again, hopefully no one was injured in this crash. That's the most important thing. But this could be out there for a while. So again, it's going to run you about another 20 minutes to a half an hour on northbound 287. Again, 287 heading north. That's going to be 287 north into 66. If you have to get yourself in the mall, if you can get yourself over to 202, that is going to be the better ride here this morning. Again, we'll go back to our maps and we'll show you very briefly. This is what the deal is here. So 202 is going to be the better option for you here this morning. We'll finish up with the Hudson River crossings because they've been getting hit fairly hard as well. Take a look, almost an hour at the George, about 45 at the Lincoln, about 25 to 30 at the Holland. So just a real crush and a real mess of traffic all across the board. All right. So with that said here this morning, we thank you so much for joining us. We're coming up on the end of the show now at 9 o'clock here on the East Coast for our YouTube viewers who are maybe watching us outside the country or a different time zone. We certainly thank you for watching us. Definitely, please, if you can, subscribe to the channel. You know what? Let me just show you what that looks like here. I'll bring that up in just a moment. Let me just close out of some of these other pages here this morning because the computer is starting to sweat. It's really starting to go downhill. We got to do something with the a new computer here soon. Let's just go here. Let's bring this up. So there is the home page this morning. Let me just bring that back up on screen. There it is. So please definitely subscribe to the Tri-State Traffic Show. We're trying to see who's going to be the 80th subscriber. Please do so. It helps out the channel greatly. And again, you know, we're getting okay views here for what it is for right now. Again, we've only been on the air for a month, so we're in episode 31 at this point. But just trying to hopefully get into the algorithms of YouTube, right? I'm still trying to figure out how all this works. But again, if you can, please like and subscribe to the Tri-State Traffic Show here on YouTube. It benefits all of us very, very much. Really appreciate all of the great support. And speaking of that, I want to thank Alexandra as well as John Moore for especially giving us that tip on 287-17 there on that overturned, flipped over tractor trailer. We had, could almost guarantee that we had that first. And thanks to Johnny there. Also, our second Johnny of the morning, John Rocco, nice to see you back in the Weather Center, my good friend. So we will be back here at 7:15 tomorrow with another check of the forecast. Want to thank Darley Newman for the proud sponsorship of the Tri-State Traffic Show. Again, darley-newman.com. Her program is Travels with Darley and Look Up with Darley. Also, the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. Definitely want to head over to beautiful Cranford, New Jersey in historic Union County for some of the best ice cream in the tri-state area. Also wanted to show you this, just a reminder. Again, we had Jen Madden on, Jen Shuck, I should say, her maiden name, but I think she goes by all three, the hyphenated name as well at times. But anyway, I digress. New York Waterway, it's got this great cruise here for the 4th of July. And that is, you can get tickets there. And let me just take down the banner here so you can see it at NewYorkWaterway.com and / July 4th. Those are for the Macy's fireworks. You can get a great trip there with some great food, some drinks, and also a DJ. So, yeah, definitely get out and enjoy that. So a great, cool way to take a look at the 4th of July fireworks from Macy's in the East River on New York Waterway. Again, go to that website, NewYorkWaterway.com / July 4th. All right. So with that said, let's do that. And we thank you so much for watching here at the Tri-State Traffic Show for a Tuesday. Drive safely. Again, be careful out there. Slow things down. And definitely drive safely and have a terrific Tuesday. And with that said, we'll see you tomorrow.